It's on the fire.
The railroad at this point is, they're working on removing the cars that are easily removed. We've still got several cars that are on fire. In the near future here, we're gonna go out and work with them to try to extinguish what is left, and they're gonna gradually take this thing apart. They're not doing it all in one big step. They're gonna do a little, they're gonna work on putting a little bit of fire out. We're kind of in a support role right now. They've brought in a lot of people.
Norfolk Southern you're talking about.
Norfolk Southern has brought in a tremendous amount of resources. They've got firefighting people on their side.
You think you can put this out, or you just let it burn out for the next couple of days?
The way they're looking right now, they're gonna try to put this out before they completely get these cars removed.
And what's the timetable for that?
It's gonna depend on how well the pile comes apart.
You talk about days, hours?
I can't guarantee any of that. I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be some pile left tomorrow morning. Their own foam, some stuff in. Like I said, at this point, we are basically gonna fall into a support role and supply the water. They've brought the foam and the equipment to apply it. So, and they've actually got guys that are gonna be involved in that process. So it's not gonna be just us.
Chief, is there still a chance of more explosions? Risk of more explosions?
There is a slight chance.
How many pressurized tanks do you still have?
None of them are actually a pressurized tank. The pressure is built up from the fire. So there's, I don't know exactly. We initially evacuated about 1.5 miles around that entire site. We have let some of them go back into their houses.
How many people were affected?
Probably 30 households. I don't know how many people total.
How many are back right now?
Probably all but about 8 households.
Any idea when they'll be able to go back?
It depends on how well this process goes of getting this stuff pulled
Place
apart.
initially.
I'm gonna guess in the vicinity of 100 head, and you could see it miles away. So it was very obvious what we did have.
How many people from Norfolk Southern are out there right now?
I'm gonna guess in the neighborhood of 50, and probably that many more in cleanup crews and
Getting out there and the initial response at all? What was your biggest concern?
getting the people in the neighborhood out. Us not being too close and getting because there are several residents that are pretty close, and that was my biggest concern at the beginning.
Are there with groundwater and air pollution still?
That is being all monitored at this point. They've got a company in that's setting up multiple air sample sites, and they're also doing multiple groundwater testing sites. They didn't have, before I came up here, they didn't have any information for me on any type of numbers, but what they were telling me was the less they tell me, the better we are. They're all in a big pile.
Yeah, of the 28 or 6, they are all involved in the fire. Not all exploded, some vented, burned relatively peacefully, others were huge fireballs.
They've got stuff in place to get them repaired, but until everything is moved out of the way, it could be tomorrow, it could be 2 days, it could be 3 days.
Again, it's a major corridor through our area. There's generally 50 to 80 trains approximately run through here a day. So they have to reroute a lot of traffic to keep things flowing. So it's going to be very beneficial or important for them to get this mitigated and get train traffic rolling through here again.